Right. So, welcome back to First Time Pictures. This is a podcast where we review films that we're watching for the first time, and the movie we watched recently in honor of Rob Reiner. We watched The Princess Bride. So he didn't write this one, but he did direct it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen this movie before, but this was your first time watching it. So we are going to hear your thoughts about it, basically. Did you want to talk about anything else before we get into the review, or do you want to go straight to the movie?
I'm down to talk about some other things real quick.
Okay.
I first just need to talk to you about the new show that I've been binging. You already know what it is.
Which one?
But the show I've been binging for the past month has been The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, I was like, what show? Did you... I couldn't remember.
Literally, bro, I'm trying to put everyone on now. I feel I feel like I've discovered
I don't know if
something.
this is gonna...
I feel like I've discovered
I don't know if
it.
this is going to resonate.
Why? With who?
Because remember I told you, I feel like I've seen so many people shit on The Big Bang Theory. I don't know if it's
They don't get it.
respected
They
show.
don't understand.
They don't get... Oh, they're not smart enough.
Their intellect isn't on par with... It's like people that don't
They're too stupid.
It's like people that don't like Rick and Morty. You know? And it's like, you have to you have to be on a wavelength. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No offense
that's
if
true.
you're not on the wavelength. Nothing to you. But to the people that are on the wavelength, the special wavelength, if you know what I mean, then...
the people who aren't on the wavelength, they can't even hear this podcast. Like right now, it's just empty air because they don't have the wavelengths to understand what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I've just been... Yeah, I get maybe what some of the criticisms are for it. Maybe dogging on Sheldon that he's too this, and maybe some of the things I can, I could see, but I'm like, that's just what's so funny about this show is no show has, it's like a show where everyone's super smart, but they still get bullied by the guy who's the super smartest guy, which is so funny, and I love all the references they make to Star Wars and Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, video games, Halo. They have Halo night. It's just finally a show
very targeted towards nerds, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you could say nerds, or just does that make us a nerd, bro? How does that make us? That just...
No, we're geeks. I don't know if we're nerds, but we're hardcore geeks. We are.
I think they're just interests. No, just because someone likes rock climbing, they're like, oh yeah, that guy's a Chad. But because we like movies, I think
it's because of the specific interest. You're standing against, bro. We're into anime, Star Wars, fantasy. That's geek shit. That's hardcore geek shit.
It's cool now.
Oh, true.
It's
true.
Cool.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Who's doing it like us? We're the bridge between geeks and cool mainstream. First Time Pictures podcast. You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose. We're building it.
So that's been my one show that I've been loving. I watch way too much of it while driving, while eating, while just laying in bed. I started it 3 weeks ago, and I'm on season 8 already. So I've put a fat dent in that show. So if anyone who's never seen Big Bang Theory, loves all that nerd stuff we were just talking about, they have something for you there. But yeah, that's it. I also saw Zootopia yesterday for the first time. Zootopia 2.
Nice.
Very, very cutesy. Disney still doing its thing, giving you the on-the-nose messages with cute animals. I think the first one was better, in my opinion. Didn't really like this one. This one had focus. I don't know if you want a little spoiler, but to people who haven't seen it, it's it's building off of the first movie where Judy and the Fox guy become friends by the end of it. So in this one,
Yeah.
they're like detectives together and they're looking for their next case. And like, I don't know, like I really liked the Fox in the first one. He had like this gangsta swagger to him and all this, and then in this one he's kind of like just a chill guy. He's just there.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of the same reason I prefer the first Star Wars, or my favorite. Yeah, actually, the reason I prefer the first Star Wars is because that's when Han Solo is at his peak, like degenerate, or like
yeah,
peak irritable. Irritable. He doesn't want to be in part of any of this, and so when he's like into it, he's less like Han Solo. He's more like heroic, and so he's still Han Solo, but he has the most irritation and the most quips, I think, in like the first one. Hold on, my son's here. Michael, you want to say something? What'd you say? I don't know. I couldn't hear him. Where were we?
Zootopia 5.4. That's the rating we're giving it.
Damn.
So
yeah, actually, Valerie went to see that when her sister was here.
What did she say?
Like, it was like I didn't like her criticism because she was like, it was like talking about like social issues where it was like about, I think she said like the messaging, she didn't like how obvious it was or something. But I was like, like the first one was very obviously about like racism or like social issues as well, like not judging a book by its cover.
Exactly.
Like the end villain was literally a wolf in sheep's clothing. Like it was super on the nose. I'm like, I guess, but whatever. I haven't seen it, so it's y'all's opinion.
Yeah, that's what I've been into. Have you been watching any new shows, any new mangas?
I did last week. I did watch the first episode of Only Murders in the Building.
No way. Did you watch it by yourself or with Val?
So I watched it with Valerie.
Okay.
And we're already in the middle of season 2.
No, you're lying. You're lying.
I swear, we love this show.
Let's go.
Like every night.
Let's go.
Every night, bro, we're watching like 4 episodes
Let's go.
a night. Like we're so into it.
Let's go, bro.
The dialogue so witty. Love the banter.
Yes.
Characters A+.
Yes.
Like story always leaving us on the edge of our seat.
Wow.
I love the meta commentary on people who are into true crime. You already know me.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with true crime.
Yeah.
So I'm actually cracking up every time. As soon as the detective was like, "You motherfucking true crime podcast listeners," I was like cracking up laughing. And even Valerie started laughing and she was just pointing at me like, "That's you, that's you." So it was hilarious.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah,
nice.
So far we love season 2. Love the characters. If I were to say anything, the only negative is Selena Gomez's character in the beginning annoyed the shit out of me.
Really? Like what?
Like she was just
like her personality?
So like she would always come off as extremely like arrogant, and I get she's a closed off, jaded character, right?
Yeah.
But then when she would come off as being like, "I'm smarter than you," or like, "Of course I noticed this. Did you not notice this?" And then whenever Oscar, her friend, came and he had he literally had the tie-dye hoodie, and then she was just like, "Oh my gosh, where have you been? You've been out for a week. Let's not talk about the murder, even though you're an extremely likely suspect and you're wearing the same clothes. And my friend saw you. I'm so oblivious to everything." Right. And then after, like, at the end of this scene, she's like, "Oh my God, tie-dye guy." I'm like, "Yes, you idiot. Like, how are you so smart?" Yeah, how are you so smart in every scene? But then as soon as your friend shows up, like, you're kind of stupid. Like, that just really rubbed me the wrong way. So she's not always like annoying. Like she's a great character, but specifically when her friend showed up, she was just like
blinded,
so oblivious and naive and blinded. And I was just like, oh, I can't stand, like, you're just irritating me so much. Like how you cannot suspect your friend who was framed, and then the person who saw him and could have freed him specifically didn't, and like is the reason. Like it's just so. It's like, how did that go over your head? Like, you're so dumb in this specific moment. But besides that, like, season 2, like we've been binging hard. We literally bought some like cheese and crackers and grapes because we're gonna have a good charcuterie when Murray's in the building tonight. Yeah,
You don't understand
Super
that
into
how
it.
happy that makes you. I'm so glad you finally
I
started.
know.
I think the chemistry between Selena and her two old friends is just my favorite. Like
Yeah, Steve Martin.
Steve
And I forgot
Martin.
the other guy. I just remember him being the villain in Santa Claus 2 because he was like the ice
Jack
guy.
Frost. Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Frost.
Yeah.
I just think, oh, this is Jack Frost. I haven't seen him in anything else, but he's a good actor. He's so witty and brings a ton of life to those characters.
Did you in any part of season 1, maybe even now in season 2, did they give any hints or anything when you were like, okay, I think this is the murder? Like, did you and Val like try to guess with each other like who might be the murderer, or did it catch
sort
you off
of?
guard?
But I'm just like you're purposely throwing me so many
They
curveballs
are.
that
They do.
I'm just gonna be along for the ride, and that's a smart choice because then
That
it's
is
like
a smart choice.
it doesn't make things obvious because like I said, I suspected Oscar, but then it was also obvious that it could have been the guy with the cat, and then it was also obvious or too obvious that it could have been this other guy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so I just enjoy it, and I did
Nice.
not suspect the twist at the end, so it
Nice.
was very good. And we don't know who the murderer is in season 2. We're in the middle. Like they just revealed that the like his little stepdaughter saw the murder go down.
Oh yeah.
Sort of like
Yeah.
she heard it and she saw the guy or the girl, whoever it was, go through the hallway.
Yeah.
That's the last episode we last left off on. So we're gonna we're gonna continue tonight. And before we end our discussion on that, I asked Xander, like, bro, you gotta check out the show. It's so good. The dialogue is so fun. And he was like, Daisy and I put it on. And after the first 5 minutes, we didn't like it, so we just turned it off and like dropped it. I was like, "What, bro? It's such a good show. How do you watch first 5 minutes and judge?" Yeah, 5 minutes. That's what he said. He's like, "I'm done." I'm like, "That's crazy. You gotta at least give an episode like a chance." That's crazy.
But he watched it a long time ago or after you recommended it?
Like before me.
Okay, so he started by
I
himself.
don't know how long ago, but it definitely was before me. Yeah.
I mean, last thing to say for me, I love my girl Selena, so I'm glad I have her for a show, dude. Like she's so funny. But dude, I'm excited for you to see the most recent season because that has been our favorite season, and I think you'll like it.
It's like I'm not really like season 2 does feel obviously like a step down from season 1 because they wanted to do a specific plot. So they jump the gun on things that don't feel natural, like the way they write out Oscar just so they can have her have this like new exploration lesbian plot with the artist. I'm like that's such a big leap. Like it just didn't feel natural to me.
Yeah.
Like of course you make the jaded character a lesbian. Like it just seems so like stereotypical. And like that, like it just didn't feel natural at all. And then some things it feels like they're specifically set. But besides that, I am really enjoying season 2 still. I'm excited to watch it, and yeah, I'll let you know what my rating is once we get to season 5 because we're blowing through it.
You don't understand. That puts a smile on my face, bro. I'm glad. You guys, you don't understand. I don't know. I don't recommend that many shows to Anthony, but when I do, the 2 that I recommended that he's watched, he's loved. He's loved The Studio.
I'm like, no wonder you hate true crime podcasts, bro. I'm like, this show, you're just like, man, this is Anthony. He's so despicable.
They're just using the death for
just using their
money
death
and
for a podcast. Don't worry, bro. If you die, I will profit off of your death.
Okay.
Yes. I use it to pay for the funeral costs. I'll turn you into a podcast.
You have to air it on the First Time Pictures podcast too. First time deaths.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. I think we're in sync with that. But you ready to get into The Princess Bride?
Yes. Do you have a synopsis or do you need me to look one?
Yeah, I got a little synopsis pulled up.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. The Princess Bride, a fairy tale adventure about a beautiful young woman and her one true love. He must find her after a long separation and save her. They must battle the evils of the mystical kingdom of Florin to be reunited with each other. So, yeah, that's the plot of The Princess Bride. This movie came out in 1987 and it had a budget of 16 million, and like those numbers like back in the day is just like kind of crazy to me. Like 16 million on like this was a pretty like yeah, the scale was kind of big for some scenes, but like 16 million for something like this had me like kind of in shock to see that. But it made almost $31 million box open. So
Wow, nice.
that's like
almost double.
that's like pretty crazy for 1987, and it's not like a big blockbuster type of like,
Not
Star Wars. It's like just a simple little story, and it made that much, which is just pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, director Rob Reiner, rest in peace. He recently passed away. But getting right into the movie, bro, opening scene. I'm just gonna start off with gripes, bro. I got to.
Go ahead.
The one thing I just absolutely did not, I wish they didn't do, is the whole grandpa cutscene thing. Like, that's the one thing that annoyed me a lot. Like, they would tell the story and then cut back to he's telling a story, and then they tell the story again and then cut back to, and it's like it kept taking me out of the moment, and then going back to like a grandpa and grandson where I like I have no investment in them, and is he gonna like his, like, I didn't care about them at all. I cared about the story that's being told. So, the whole beginning, setting it up of like this little kid who's sick or whatever. Damn. I was just like,
my boy hates grandpas, bro. You're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yes, what are you doing? He's grandpas. Not helping the story, bro. Like, he's distracting us from the good stuff, the juicy stuff. So that was.
I have a soft spot for narrations, honestly.
You like that? You like when they cut back?
Yeah, well, like,
it's annoying.
Actually, a lot of people hate narrated movies. Like, they hate them for some reason. But I'm like, I like them. I just feel like I'm being read a book. I like being read a book. I feel cozy.
No, like, it makes sense if it was like Obi-Wan Kenobi, like, telling a story about, him growing up, or like one of the tales and it's him, and that makes kind of sense. But when it's just this grandpa telling a story, it's like you have no connection with the story being told. So it doesn't matter who tells the story. Like, some homeless guy on the street could have been reading the story, and like the main story would have still been the focus. Not really like, so I don't know. Not that I hate narration, but the grandpa thing, it just took me out of it when they would like cut, or like, you hear kissing. It's like, shut up, little kid. Like, let him be. So that's my one little gripe with some of the, I guess, is that direction choices?
Yeah, I guess the crap, I had a word on the tip of my tongue. It was like just the way they tell the story.
Yeah, so that's probably the only thing, but otherwise, yeah, it kind of fell on theme with, like, we were just watching Lord of the Rings, and it kind of put us in like another like fairy tale
fantasy world.
Yeah, fantasy world is, I guess, the word that I did like. I like seeing fantasy stuff because it's like,
right. I did like this world as well, and I guess one of the reasons I'm completely okay with like the narration of the grandpa is because I really like the dialogue in the whole movie in general. Because I love, like, did this movie make you laugh at all? Because when I was rewatching it, I'm like, I forgot how funny this movie is. Like, I just felt like the dialogue was so witty and like unpredictable.
Yeah, like that one character, I forgot what his name is, but he's the one that's seeking his father's vengeance. And
Inigo Montoya.
Yeah, any scene he was in, that made me laugh, no matter what. Like, he was so smooth. He was so funny.
He was.
But
he has Riz, bro.
The opening scenes, we're starting. They're in this big field, And this is where I like you don't see these type of scenes in like American movies, like just big openness, like it's probably
Yeah.
shot in New Zealand, I don't know, somewhere. But
Okay, so you also agree that it was like a beautifully shot film. Like the shots look great.
yeah, it was very like immersive how grand it was. And
Yeah.
that's what I
I
like.
have this film I have this film on 4K.
Uh-huh.
So that was one of the points I was going to bring up. Every time, even if you know it's a set, like there's some shots where like, oh, that's a set
Yeah.
and a fake background.
Mm-hmm.
There was just like such good film grain that had like nice detail because I don't know if I just said this, but I have the 4K version. So
Oh,
this
really?
movie looked gorgeous. Yeah, when it shows like the sunsets in the background with them having that kiss, and it's like
Oh, yeah.
them in the foreground. Like every shot just looks so gorgeous, especially all the nature shots. And yeah, this is a beautiful looking film.
And again, made back in the day, bro. Like where technology wasn't good, and they had to make do with
Well,
what
this is
they had.
87.
87.
This was like late 80s.
Yeah, I hear you, but still, it's like when anything before 2000 sounds like ancient to me. So it's like it's like it was shot back in
Really?
the day. It's like what the heck were they using? Like
Yeah.
they had to hand rig everything, whatever.
Did you notice that Robin Wright, the princess, was the girl from Forrest Gump? Like she played Jenny.
The main princess?
Yeah, the main princess.
Oh,
She
really?
was Jenny.
I didn't
from
know
Forrest
that.
Gump.
She did look
Yeah.
familiar though.
Yeah, she's been in House of Cards, Moneyball, Blade Runner. Like she's actually been in a decent amount of films. Like
Good for her.
this wasn't just a one shot wonder or one hit wonder.
What's her name? What's her real name?
Robin Wright.
Robin Wright. Okay. No, but so the intro scene, this is what I'm gonna tell you about. The saying "as you wish," right, was voted
Yes.
the most romantic movie line ever. Isn't that kind of?
Bro, I agree
That's
because
sauce.
when I just saw like, yeah, when they bring it back in the ending when the grandpa and he's telling his grandson that he loves him, I'm like, oh, that's such a bookend. Like you just said for the studio, I love a bookend. It was so perfect.
I thought that was pretty cute. That guy in the beginning, I thought he was gonna be like a mute guy, which I thought would have been cool.
Oh,
The
which one? The
farm boy.
the love
Yeah, the love
interest?
boy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank God, because literally
What?
every time we watch a movie, I'm so prepared for you to go, yeah, but I figured that out in the beginning. I knew they were going to do that because I know you just want to solve a puzzle. So I was so ready for you to be like, I knew that guy was the farm boy.
Well, oof. Did I think he was the farm boy when he returned? I mean, kinda. He has like the most bluest, dreamy eyes.
I suspected it.
He has like,
Yeah.
he has like the eyes, bro. You can't hide those freaking blues.
You just had a tiny little mustache.
Yeah.
I know who you are.
It's like Clark Kent switching his identity with his little
Yeah,
mustache.
like the Clark Kent glasses.
Yeah.
Completely different person.
Oh, but then I really liked whoever the guy was, the
Inigo Montoya?
Vizzini.
Oh, Vizzini. Yeah. Wallace Shawn.
That guy, who is he? He does voices for somebody, right? Like his
Oh yeah, he's been an actor. He's been in Toy Story, Incredible,
Toy
like, so
Story.
many children's
Okay,
movies.
wait, who did he
He's
play in
been
Toy
Monsters,
Story?
Inc.
Who, do you know what
Let me
voices he
see.
did?
He. I know he did someone obvious.
Yeah.
he did Rex, the
T-Rex. Okay, yes. I knew he sounded so familiar, dude. I was like, I love this
He has
guy.
such an iconic voice.
Yeah, like a-
and then, yeah, the guy who did the miracle, who looked weird, and his wife was there.
Oh yeah.
And like got mad at him.
Uh-huh.
That guy was Mike Wazowski.
What?
So also another famous like actor.
Dang, they had stacked voices.
Yeah, very stacked voices. Classic cast.
we get introduced to that Vizzini guy, and he's just like, I'm so much smarter than all of you. Wow, you need to listen to me. And,
Yeah.
and I just love that guy. Even though he was douchey, I was like, I
Yeah.
love this character. He's so funny.
He had great dialogue.
He did.
Like, this whole film just had great dialogue for everyone.
So then they go, so then they steal the princess, right? Well, I guess we're jumping a little bit, but to catch up everyone listening, the lover and the girl, they say they love each other, and the guy, he goes away to get some riches, get money, so they can start a family.
He's supposedly killed.
Yeah, allegedly killed by pirates or
Allegedly
something. I think that's what they say.
Yeah.
And then the girl gets, I guess, drafted by the king to get married. And then during some point in that, the wife, she goes on her horse ride and then gets kidnapped by Vizzini, Fizek, and Inigo Montoya. So she gets kidnapped, and then and then I love that scene where he's like, there's someone following us. He's like, no, it's okay. And then he's like,
that's inconceivable. Yeah.
I don't think you know what that word means. Like, it's inconceivable. And then the boat shows up, the girl jumps out, and then they had like that good eels in the water. I was like, wow, they did pretty good with those animal designs. They didn't look too fake.
Oh, you like the effects?
Yeah, like the VFX there was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Of that.
Because there are some effect scenes in this movie where I'm like, oof, that's rough,
Really?
buddy.
Like what?
That's rough. So for one, I think the one that just I hate, like, I'm just like, I'm always willing to just be like, who cares? This is an old film. I don't give a shit if the effects, like, it's old. Like, I'm not going to judge it. But every time they do the scene, and this is jumping towards the end, where Andre the Giant is set on fire and walking forward, every single cut that's out, I'm just like, that's just a scare. Like, that's just so obviously not Andre the Giant set on fire. Like, you couldn't be, that couldn't,
Yeah.
like, that's the worst effect I've ever seen in my life.
It's just this big old thing, like, standing there. Yeah, it was pretty
Big
rough.
old scarecrow they set on fire.
Yeah. I mean, but, bro, you know what VFX I thought was pretty cool?
Which one?
You know when they're in the forest and there's like that
Big rat?
big rat?
Big rat?
Yeah. Like, that big rat looked so real. Like, he's so
like
scary.
it looks super puppet, but at the same time, like, the movements when it was moving around, I'm like, ugh. Like, if that thing moved towards me, I'd be freaking out. Like, that's a scary looking rat.
Do you think it was a puppet or do you think someone was inside?
Oof.
It was moving
That'd be a
really
good thing to look
good,
up.
bro. It was moving.
Yeah,
it
it was.
was
It
moving
was.
like a person.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, we did jump ahead. But the when they're on the boat, she's running away. That the eels come out. That was a pretty funny scene. And then
They're being chased. And then they get to the encounter which is another great line of dialogues between Inigo Montoya and Wesley.
but
What did you think about that scene?
But-
Because that's one of my favorite scenes.
I think my favorite scene comes right before that, and it's just them climbing up the rope.
Oh, when Andre the Giant's like...
Yeah, and then so Andre the Giant's carrying all three of them. He's carrying the princess, the Vizzini, and the Inigo Montoya, and they get up there, and then they show, like, I like when they pan down to, what's his name, Wesley?
Yeah.
And then Wesley's just climbing. He's, like, struggling. Like, it's just so funny seeing, like, his little character, like, trying to get up there. And then, yeah, when he's like, cut the rope. And then they cut the rope, and he's like, can you please not talk to me? This is really hard. And the guy's, like, respecting it. He's like, okay, I respect it. I'll give it a fair fight. And then
I don't know. It's so fun every time characters do the, like they have all the honor, you know? Like, they're super honorable.
I love that. That made me like his character way more.
Same. He's like, no. Take your time. Like, I want to fight you when you're fully rested.
Yeah, he's like, rest. He's like giving him his space. He's like, come on, when you're ready.
Right. He even hands him his sword. Like, check it out, bro.
Yeah, he hands him the rope. He does everything nice for him. Just to have a fair fight.
Yeah.
And then they duke it out.
The most honorable.
They have a really good fight too, with the music in the background there, like, and then the set.
Yeah.
They had this one scene where they're like jumping, doing flips, and they land. Like, I was like, that's badass.
Yeah.
That's.
I thought it was so funny how the guy shows them up too. He like the Inigo Montoya does one flip, and then Wesley's like just has to flex on him. Like, I'm gonna do 3 flips and then a backflip before I land.
And then he's like Inigo Montoya, when he's fighting Wesley, he's like, oh, I know something you don't. I don't really use my left hand. And then he switches to his right, and then Wesley's like, I know something too. This isn't my dominant hand either. And then he switches to his right hand, and now they're both actually trying. I'm like, why are these guys messing around, bro? Like, do they not think they're gonna die? Like, these guys are so confident, both of them. But then Wesley ends up beating him and hits him on the head, and then runs away. And then they kind of introduce the king or prince at the time. He's like an elite tracker, you know. I was like, okay, like
he's got some skills. He's got some skills.
Yeah, he's not just some brainless prince, you know. He's like, he got some talents.
Yeah.
Which
he's not completely Lord Farquaad.
I was gonna say, he gave me Lord Farquaad vibes too. He's not that incompetent.
He's just a little bit capable.
Yeah, just the right amount. Big douche though. Big douche, by the way. Super douche. And then they fight. Wesley meets up with Andre the Giant, and Andre the Giant character is kind of like, he's like dumb, but he's like trying. You know, like he's trying his best, but he's like just kind of dumb, which I really like. I love. I don't know if you know Andre the Giant, if you watch wrestling, but
I know of him, but I'm not. Like, I know he was known as like a gentle giant, even though he was a wrestler, you know, like people talk about how nice he was and everything.
Yeah, I just love seeing people who like shouldn't be in stuff, like do stuff. Like, you don't expect wrestlers to be seen in movies, and then you see this guy, and it's like, okay, bro, I see you stepping out. It's like when you see Arnold, Arnold trying to act, and it's like, bro, go back to bodybuilding. Like, what are you doing here? And it's like, okay, like, you're not that bad, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but he's huge though compared to everyone. Like, everyone must have been.
Every time you see his hands on screen, bro, those are freaking baseball gloves.
Dude, crush your skull.
Giant. Yeah.
Even though Wesley should not have won that fight, bro, like, I don't know. That was the most plot armor.
He was dropping lore on like why he was losing. He's like, I've never fought just one person before.
Yeah.
Weird.
That is true. He's giving lore as he's losing.
Yeah.
So Wesley ends up beating Andre the Giant by rear choke holding him, which makes 0 sense because he should have just freaking power bombed backwards on his back.
He did.
No,
he did.
But he did it
multiple times
against the wall. On the wall, you gotta just boom.
Oh, you want him to jump up and just on
all your weight on him, suplex him backwards. Like, that's what I would have done, bro. Like, he's not catching me. so whatever. Plot armor fight. We'll give it to him.
Yeah, and is this where they go to the forest, or I think like right after that, because he finally gets her?
Well, after Andre the Giant, he fights the Vizzini guy in the battle.
Oh yeah. The battle of wits.
The battle of wits, yes. Yeah, and then inconceivable that I would have gone here and you would have expected that. Like, just the most ridiculous.
I think that's one of the I think it's one of the most iconic scenes in the movie too, where he's like, "But you would have known that I would have known that you would have known."
Like, because I am from the
cups.
rich region, and then at the end it was no reason.
Both.
Yeah, because it was both. So it was inconceivable that he would have lost. That's so funny. I'm gonna start saying that.
You're gonna start using
what?
that.
What?
You're gonna start using
What
that.
does inconceivable mean? Like, not possible?
I think just like the most unlikely. I think
Yeah.
highly unlikely.
So then it's kind of revealed at this point that Wesley is actually that guy in the hood, as you might call it. Is that like? Did they really explain if he did die or if his boat did get attacked or what?
Yeah, they had that lore that he was attacked or captured by the Dread Robert Pirates. I forgot the name,
Okay.
but like there was, it's like a legendary role that's like passed down. So he was actually trained in like the last 6 months. And it was passed down to him. So the old pirate guy, the legendary pirate, could retire.
Okay. So he was captured, but was everyone else murdered? Like his whole group?
I think it was just him. Like
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
he had a group.
Oh,
And
okay.
so
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and then so he has to like fake his death basically because it is like a reputation thing. Like I can't
Okay.
let people think I leave people alive.
Okay. Nice. Nice. That's good then. I didn't know if I remember they explained something, but I didn't know if it was like he went out looking for somebody and like then became a part of the gang, or if the gang found him and then they made him a part of it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know.
Yeah,
So
I think when he was talking to the princess, he was being honest when he was saying how he killed Wesley. I think he was talking about how he like the what he actually said when the old pirate captured him. And I was like how he said like the reason he has to live is because of true love or something. So he was like, yeah, and when I killed he begged for his life because of this. I think he was being honest of like what happened when he actually encountered that pirate.
nah, that's sweet.
Right?
True love right there. How would
I know.
they do this trope a lot? Like how would you feel? Imagine like they did this in The Walking Dead, like when they think Rick's dead, and then the wife like moves on, and then it's like, no, I'm not dead, I'm back. Like how would you feel? Like you come back, your wife's moved on. Like, do you feel like you try to get her
They
back?
always, yeah.
Like, what do you do in those situations? That sucks.
I don't. Well, in this situation,
Yeah, I mean, this situation is a little different.
it's like you're not even willingly being married. Like
Yeah.
she's kind of literally about to kill herself because she'd rather die than be with that king.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about the Walking Dead situation, that's a whole nother can of worms. It's like I don't even know where to start.
All right, you come back, your wife gets married to the new king. She does want to get married. Like, are you trying to get her back? Or, like, you just, like, leave her be?
Well,
It's kind of hard.
I think she's not even doing it. Like I think she's being forced to marry him. Like she doesn't want to marry him.
Okay, so in this case, it's okay.
Like she didn't go up to him.
In this case, it's okay to get your wife back. But in the Walking Dead situation, do you try to get your wife back? Or is it like, do you move on at
know,
that point?
bro.
Like, I don't know.
I'd just be crashing out. Like my best friend, really?
He was keeping her warm,
That's
bro.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. But so yeah, that's kind of the trope they play into a little bit here. Not as intense, but like the lover's gone, but he returns, and oh my god, my true love, I love you.
Yeah.
But then, whatever. So he reveals that he comes back, that he's alive, and she's like, oh my god, yeah. And then they run away into the forest, and that's where they have that ugly freaking varmint scene with that big old rat, bro. Like, ugh.
Big old rat.
So gross, so real. Like the way, its tail, disgusting.
Super creepy.
But then they get out of the forest and then they run into the crusade of everybody. And this was probably my favorite scene where he sees the guy with the 6 fingers. Like, I don't know why it gave me like, what's the guy, the demon slayer? The demon number 1. Like, it gave me him vibes. Like, like of just like
really?
this ominous figure who's like the one, who's like, who is this
the
guy?
number 1 swordsman or whatever.
Yeah, like who is this guy? Is he's supposed to be the real deal? And then they show the 6 hands. I was like, oh, that's kind of aura right there. I like that.
It is.
Because now Wesley knows. He's like, oh, I know who the 6-fingered man is, and Indalgo Montoño was looking for him forever. He just finds him.
You have like a calling card, his calling card.
Literally 6 fingers. Like, you can't escape that, bro. Like, people are gonna know.
He's got like 6 times the grip on his sword, bro.
Dude, literally, it's probably OP, bro. But then so then this is like they start getting into like geopolitical conversations at some point, because the king, I think at this point he becomes a king already because his dad dies.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill my wife and blame it on a different city so we can go to war with them. I'm like, geopolitical conversations always popping up in film, bro. Like, they know something. It's like in our faces, and here we are, not like woken up to it. It's been in our faces forever.
Yeah.
Venezuela. But then they go on that weird ploy. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill my wife and something, and then
for their oil, because I have to go get oil from the neighboring country.
Literally, bro. And then they think we get introduced to that weird like white guy. He's like,
bro,
so creepy.
Did you not crack up laughing when he cleared his throat and he was like, "Oh, you're never gonna survive it." Like his voice was like normal after that.
Yeah.
I was dying laughing.
That guy was so creepy too. Like, he was a perfect for whatever that guy was supposed to be. He was like scary, ugly looking, whatever. And then they
very stereotypical.
They tie Wesley up to the life sucking machine, and they suck all his life out. What is that machine, bro? Like,
I know, but the first time I look at him, like, he's just gonna get a bad hickey.
Right?
What
like
are you
that,
talking about?
like suction. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
But luckily, he had to say this specifically sucks lifespan.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if you say so.
If you say so, it's for the plot.
If you say so, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I really like. I like just like they're just doing crazy stuff, because it's like no other movie has like super villains doing weird stuff like this. So I liked it.
I'm glad you see how it's just like, just do weird shit. You're doing something different.
And that's kind of like what I think I've been liking more in like. So I think especially after watching Lord of the Rings, is like movies that just have kind of fun with it. Like, they're like, it's like a goofy fairy tale movie. Like, let's have fun with it, not try to be super serious and super like.
Yeah.
You know, like the reason people don't like. I know you and I have talked about like we don't like watching TV shows and they talk about like COVID, because it's like, bro, like I don't want real world freaking problems. Like, what the heck, bro?
Show me something I haven't
Show
seen.
me like a life sucker machine, and like, like I'm not dealing with that.
That's also what we were talking about, how like to make good art you have to have like that lack of self-consciousness. If I was writing the script and I wrote down the words life sucker machine, and I was the director, and I was like, just put these suction things on his nipples and his stomach, I would have a sense of self-consciousness that I wouldn't be able to commit.
Right.
But you see when artists don't have that self-consciousness, I'm like, I respect it.
Yeah, they're not afraid of just having fun doing crazy stuff. It's like the crazy stuff is the stuff you remember in like a goofy movie like this, and that's what I think is really fun.
So true.
But yeah, so then we get into like the climax of everything when they're breaking into the thing, and then
they're the most fake body double ever of all time.
Andre the Giant has like one of my favorite lines, because before this they were like, how many men are gonna be there? Like 20. He's like, okay, I can take this much, and then when they're looking, they're like, that's more than 30 men, and he's like, come on, we'll just do it, and he's like, okay. And then Wesley's like there, like all drugged up because he gets healed by the witch man and his witch wife, which is fun. And then we get the bad CGI fireman standing over all of them, and then they just cut to like Andre the Giant's face, like clearly like on a different like they're cutting like, back.
Trust me, he's there.
He is the same guy. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
So then everyone gets scared. They break into the castle, and then I think the freaking most badass scene of like the whole movie, when Inigo confronts his name is
Yeah.
Count Rugen is that guy's name, and
Count Rugen.
he delivers his iconic line, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." He says that.
And then he just turns around.
Keep saying it.
Bolts it.
Yeah. And then he gets.
Do you remember when he first encountered
Yeah,
him? He just
running
ran
away in the hallway.
I just started cracking up. I did not expect that.
But then he gets like that nasty knife throw, bro. Like that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, no, Inigo, no. If he would have died, bro, that probably would have been crazy. Like I would have been mad.
That would have.
I would have been like,
I did love the way they started that too, because it's like a gradual comeback.
Yeah.
Like you know how he like just barely swipes away that first like stab
Uh-huh.
for the final blow. That looks so funny to me because he's like, like just,
not even
like,
trying.
barely knocks it out of the
Yeah.
way. Yeah, and then he just gradually gets stronger. I love the way they had that progression.
Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Stop.
and then Inigo freaking murders him, bro. He's dead.
Yeah.
Gets his father's
and
revenge.
again, such cold dialogue, bro. I love the like, offer me everything. He's like, okay, I will. I'll give you anything you want. He's like, I want my father back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me that and you'll be able to live. I'm like, that's so cold.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a cold line of dialogue.
Such a good character. I love that guy. Who is that character? Does he play in like anything else that he's pretty famous in?
Well, I tried to look him up and I'm like, bro, you're such a good actor and you have so much charisma.
Yeah.
Why have I not seen you in more stuff? And I can't really find anything else that I really remember seeing him in. Like it's such a shame that he didn't do more iconic roles after this.
Didn't he give you like the vibes of who plays Puss in Boots?
Yeah, Zorro vibes, bro. He had such strong Zorro vibes.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? Antonio
Banderas.
Banderas. Yeah.
Antonio
He gave me
Banderas.
that guy vibe. I almost thought he was him at first. But yeah, he had like that swagger to him, bro. Like he needs to be in some more stuff.
Yeah, so much charisma.
But yeah, so I mean, I think that felt good. I like seeing a good revenge arc, like
Yeah.
coming sealed and he gets his revenge. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end, Wesley confronts Humperdinck in the bedroom and
Yeah.
he's like all weak.
Just bitches.
He's like, I knew you were weak. Like when he gets tied up, he's like, I knew it. Fuck. And then they jump off the building, and then you have freaking Andre the
Right
Giant
into the sunset.
riding a horse. That big old man, like that poor little horse, like he's riding off into the sunset.
Right.
And yeah, happily ever after for our team of misfits, which
Team characters, yep.
yeah. And I don't know, it's just like cool seeing like these little fairy tale movies. That's how I felt at the end. I was like, this is a nice like fairy tale movie. If
It is.
if it didn't have the commentary of whatever grandpa going on in the background, like it would have been just a nice, cute little enclosed fairy tale story, which like I would have rather it be like its own little world rather than like just a book in this other world. You know what I mean? Like I would have rather just opening it up to this like world rather than, like we're kind of getting introduced to like this story in a story, which kind of makes that story, I don't know, not feel as like central. I don't know how to explain it, but I just wish it was more just as soon as it started in the make-believe world and ended in the make-believe world. But whatever, at the end you get the cute line, the grandpa saying when the kid's like, can you read it again?
Greatest kiss of all time.
Can you read it to me again? And he's like, as you wish.
As you wish.
So cold, so cold.
Very bookend.
But yeah, so that's been The Princess Bride. Do you have any scale, any ratings for this?
Any other thoughts?
Yeah, any other thoughts, ratings?
Do you have one off the top of your head? It's hard to think of one for this one.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how inconceivable was this movie for you?
This movie, how inconceivable was it? Honestly, I just respect the hell out of this film.
Yeah.
So like when I'm rating this film, I'm not rating it on how perfect of a movie it is, because there's obvious, like, you know, like I said, like the most fake looking stand-in for Andre the Giant. But I just have so much respect for, this is the most tried and true fantasy princess story, and the dialogue is super entertaining to me, so funny. I think it's a timeless, like, I think the dialogue and the story in itself is very timeless, not so much like the the effects or the props or whatever, but the dialogue is like so iconic, and I'd give it a 10 out of 10. There's nothing I don't want, like I just wouldn't want this film to be updated or remade. I just love the casting. Like, every character is so perfect for their roles. The Princess King, Inigo Montoya, so much charisma. There's just nothing I want to change about this film. Like, it's just tried and true to the end. 10 out of 10 is how much I respect this movie. So, yeah, that's my rating.
That's inconceivable. That's what I say.
What about you?
On a scale from 1 to 10, how inconceivable was this movie? For me, I'm gonna give it like a 7.3. I think
nice.
I think it's a cute fairy tale story.
On the positive side.
I think if you like princess stuff, it gives you like a cute little story. I think the world is really nice. And yeah, Wesley's character becomes when he has that scene where we don't know if it's Wesley yet. I think he's the most badass in those scenes when he's like fighting.
Oh, sorry.
What?
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I do also love the idea that Inigo Montoya takes up the mantle of that famous pirate, like it's passed on to him. I'm like, that's just so cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a badass concept.
That was nice. Imagine they made a spin-off about him. That would have been cool.
Right?
They
Yeah,
should've.
that would have been cool.
But yeah, I think it's a good solid movie if you want to throw something on. It's not like crazy plot, nothing. It's just like a cute little story, which like sometimes you just got to watch a cute little story sometimes. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. Just a cozy little story. It's cozy.
Exactly. It's like an hour and a half. It's not too bad. It's
right, like super quick too. Like when I checked the clock, I was like, I'm already an hour in. Like, that was quick. The plot moves fast.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, that's been our review. That'll be next week's episode for First Time Pictures Podcast.
Thank you guys. Peace.
Peace.